Hey guys, it's Malachi Dawson and welcome back. So today I have an amazing word for y'all, but before we get to that, it is summertime and my videos are going to be rolling out. So make sure that you're subscribed so that you can catch up with all my videos. Let's go on to the video. Hey guys, it's Malachi and today I'm so excited because I'm going to be sharing with y'all a word that really helped me. So my school stops at 8th grade. So all these kids that I've grown up with are going to these high schools that are big and something that I'm not really into. So God called me to go to this high school that no one else is going to. So I was like, God, I don't know anybody and I'm really nervous about this. So I just said, God, please give me a word that's going to encourage me and strengthen me. So the other day I was watching this video of this girl and she said something that completely made me stop. And I was like, oh my gosh. She said, don't be a chameleon. Oh my gosh, that was just what I needed. God knew. So I looked up what it meant. It said a chameleon is a small moving world lizard with a prehensile tail, a long extendable tongue, protruding eyes that are aware of their surroundings, and the ability to change their color to fit into their environment. So let me just summarize everything that I just read. Number 1, chameleons extend their tongue in different environments. Number 2, they're aware of their surroundings. And number 3, they change their color to fit into their environment. These things are things that people do in their life. So I'm going to compare and contrast to what people do to what chameleons do. So number 1 was chameleons extend their tongue to fit in. So many people today, when they're around with family, they'll keep their language like clear and clean. But when they get around their friends, they may cuss and swear and do all this stuff. They lie and they do all the stuff that they would never do around their family just because they want to fit in. They want people to think that they're normal so that they can just go with the flow. Here's what I think of it as. School and friends is like a river of a current. So this current pulls people to do something that we know isn't right. And so many people just go with the current and they're water droplets. They just go with the flow. But I want to be the rock that stands still, and no matter how many water droplets hit me, that I'm not going to move and I'm going to stay steadfast with my boundaries and what God has called me to do. So that is number 1. Number 2 is people are always looking around to see who's watching. What I mean by this is if you have a wall of lies built around you, you say that you're something that you're really not. People are always going to be watching you, so you're always going to be watching to see who's listening to you. So if you've said that you're something that you're not, you're always going to be looking to see who's listening to you. So you are going to be panicky, you may have anxiety, and you do not want to live like that. You want to be free to be who you are. So I want to live free, and I'm sure that you do too. So I have an example that sort of goes along with it. So recently I went to Washington, D.C. as my senior trip, and my D.C. vlog is coming out soon, so make sure that you're watching. So me and my friend were at this museum, and we had been there for almost 3 hours. So it was like a 4-floor museum, and once you've seen everything, you've seen everything. So my teacher was in line to come in, and someone had a seizure and passed out in front of her. So the line completely stopped because all the EMTs came. So we had to stay there for an extra 2 hours. So we were trying to think of something that we could do to pass time. So we pretended like we had British accents, and we'd go up to people and see like what their reaction was. So we were looking around to make sure that there weren't any kids from our school watching us because they would think we were nuts. So we were just kidding and everything, but in real life, people do this exact same thing. They're always watching to see who's watching them. So on to number 3. Number 3 is one that I feel like most people fall into. I've fallen into it myself. So it's people will change their color to be accepted. So I used to struggle with this a lot. I would change who I was when I was around different people because I wanted to be accepted so bad. And I'm so happy that God delivered me from that. So at church, I would be one color. Then at home, I'd be another color. And then at school and around with friends, I'd be another color. And it's almost like a system reboot every time you come in contact with people. And it is so stress bringing. And it is so bad, and I don't want people to ever have to go through what I went through. So I want to leave you with this. Do you want to be accepted or respected? So when you go back 10 years from now and people look at you, do you want to be just another water droplet in the river, or do you want... But if you stood up for yourself and you were respected, people are going to be looking at you like, I wish I could do what they're doing. They're standing up for what they're believing in. They're setting boundaries for themselves, and they are going after what God has called them to do. You may be thinking that people are looking at you like you're crazy, but really on the inside, they're admiring you. They're wishing that they could be doing what you're doing. So think about it. Do you want to be accepted or respected? Don't be a chameleon. Thanks for watching. Make sure that you go subscribe and like this video. See you guys next time.